I copied Elon Musk's exact portfolio for 30 days, and what happened next completely blew my mind. Now, before we dive in, let's get one thing straight. Trying to perfectly replicate the portfolio of someone like Elon Musk is basically impossible for the average person. We're talking about vast holdings in private companies like SpaceX and but what we can do is look at his publicly disclosed investments, especially his filings and public statements, and try to mirror that as closely as possible. So, what does that mean? For this experiment, I focused on the assets he publicly champions and holds. Obviously, a huge chunk of this is Tesla stock. He owns a massive amount of it. Then, there's his vocal support for cryptocurrencies, specifically Dogecoin and, to a lesser extent, Bitcoin. He's also the guy behind X, formerly Twitter, which is now a private company. So, to mimic this, I allocated the majority of my experimental fund into Tesla stock. Put a smaller, but still significant, portion into Dogecoin and Bitcoin, and mentally wrote off a small part of my fund as if I'd invested it in a high-risk private venture. Like X Week 1 was an absolute roller coaster. Tesla's stock price is notoriously volatile. One day it's soaring on news of a new factory, the next it's dipping because of a tweet. I found myself checking my phone way more than I usually do. The crypto side was even wilder. Dogecoin, especially, can swing dramatically based on pure sentiment. And let's be real, a lot of that sentiment is driven by Elon himself. It felt less like investing and more like riding a bucking bronco in a hurricane. I was up, then I was down, all within a matter of hours. By the second and third weeks, I started to get a feel for the rhythm of this portfolio. It's all about high risk and high reward. There's no room for slow and steady dividend stocks here. It's a bet on future technology and one man's vision. I noticed that my portfolio's performance was incredibly tied to the news cycle. Any mention of Tesla's Cybertruck, SpaceX launches, or even a cryptic tweet from Elon could send my numbers flying. It was stressful, but also kind of exhilarating. It forces you to pay attention to the cutting edge of tech, from electric vehicles to artificial intelligence and space exploration. So, after 30 days, what was the final result? Did I become a millionaire overnight? Well, not exactly. My portfolio ended up slightly in the green, but the journey to get there was anything but smooth. The biggest lesson wasn't about the specific gains or losses. It was a masterclass in risk tolerance and the power of conviction. Investing like Elon Musk means having an iron stomach and an unwavering belief in a very specific future. It's not a strategy for the faint of heart, and it's definitely not a diversified safe for retirement plan. My takeaway is this. While it's fascinating to follow visionaries like Musk, blindly copying their public moves is a risky game. Their real wealth is tied up in ventures we can't access, and their risk tolerance is on another planet. This experiment showed me the importance of building a portfolio that matches your own goals and comfort level. So, was it worth it? Absolutely. 2. It was an incredible learning experience. But am I keeping this portfolio? Let's just say I'm looking forward to a little more stability. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this experiment, make sure to like and subscribe for more content. See you next time.